Hello, loyal listeners. This is DJ WW here, and I hope you're having yourself an amazing Halloween. I hope you're eating a lot of sugar, and to you diabetics there, I hope you found some stevia candy, alright? I hope you are all doing fine, especially my listeners out in California, battling wildfires. According to the media outlets, they have caused a lot of devastation and displaced many Californians. We here at 2 Liter Roulette Radio are saying a collective prayer for all of you. Stay safe out there. Now we would like to present you with Los Mocos Verdes and their new song, hot off the charts, Baja Bandidos.
Well, hello, my little pumpkins. Or should I say my little ghouls? It's that time of year again, isn't it? The most enchanting night of all, Halloween. Oh, you have no idea how this night sets my soul ablaze. The veil thins, the spirits stir, and, well, let's just say things get interesting. All those little kitties running around in their costumes. So adorable. You know the real fun happens once they're tucked into bed. This is my favorite holiday, don't get me wrong. I love all the spooky stuff. The creaking doors, the rustling leaves, the occasional unholy whisper in the corner. It's also stimulating. And speaking of stimulation, I always wondered what that little girl in Georgetown was going on about. All that head spinning and pea soup sounds rather unruly. The girl should have some manners, even if she is possessed. But enough about exorcisms and entanglements. Tonight we celebrate. We embrace the darkness. We revel in the delicious unease that only Halloween can bring. And in that spirit, I have something truly special planned for you this evening. A little something to get your blood flowing. Yes, I think it's time we pay proper respect to that film that gave us all many sleepless nights. So without further ado, I say to you, 2 Liters Shady Films presents our tribute to The Exorcist with this next scene.
This is a prescription for Sneezolux, 10 milligrams, 3 times a day.
What is it? A sleeping pillow? She's sicker than a dog right now.
Frankly, to me, it seems as if she may have entered the madman disease phase of Mocos.
Madman disease?
Well, you mentioned not only her lack of sleep, but also her cursing and erratic behavior. I'd wait and see what happens with the Sneezolux. I think that's the best approach. Give it 2 full weeks.
I don't want it.
Sweetie, it's to help
I
you.
don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Fucking bastard.
Megan, he's here to help.
It's a symptom of Mocos madness disease. The electrical activity in her brain is being chemically disturbed. In Megan's case, it's coming from here, the temporal nostril. It's rare and causes bizarre hallucinations, often just before another sneezing fit.
Sneezing fit?
More than likely the cause of the bed shaking, as you mentioned on the phone.
Oh no! That was no sneezing fit. The whole bed was thumping, rising off the floor and shaking.
Oh, my nose. Alice, it burns. Oh, please, it hurts. Stop, make it, tell him to make it stop. Oh no.
Do something. Please, Dr. Grant. Help her. Oh, Megan!
Keep away! This space is mine! Play with me? Play! Yes, play!
So what's wrong with her?
I still think the temporal nostril.
What are you talking about? For Christ's sake, did you just see her or not? She's acting like she's psychotic, out of her mind.
Mocos! Insente Mocos! No!
Do you keep any mushrooms or uppers in the house?
No, of course not. Nothing like that, Dr. Grant. I have some mushrooms in the fridge for omelette.
Hello, Megan. I'm a doctor specialized in Mocos. I'd like to help you.
I am her Huckleberry. I'm Hyena Hunter. Now get my weapon.
If you're really the hyena hunter, why don't you have your own weapon?
That's much too easy to display power, Doc.
We are the Mega.
And here, with us.
Exactly how long do you plan to stay in Megan?
Until she rots in a puddle of her own mocos.
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Who are you?
I am no one. I am no one. He is Grimas. Achoo!
The power of Mocos compels you. The power of Mocos compels you. The power of Mocos compels you.
Greetings there, my spooky little pumpkins. Nadia here, ready to dive headfirst into Halloween. And maybe a bit at the deep end, if we're being honest. You know, back home, Halloween isn't such a big deal. There's Samhain, of course, and all those creepy rituals, but it sort of lacks all of the decoration and, fun that we have here. When I first came to America, I was so excited. I brought all of my best swimsuits, ready to be a beach goddess. I said to myself, Nadia, you will be a sun-kissed siren. The ocean is your dance floor. And then, the plane. On my first flight to America, first class of course, they showed Jaws. My God. The music? Donna, Donna, Donna. I said to myself, Nadia, the ocean might be your dance floor, but to a shark, it is the dining room. So I get to America, and the beaches are big. Water everywhere. And I remember Jaws. So now, I do all of my beaching at home. It's safe here, I think. At least no teeth running around, at least not yet. Don't you agree? I even put a little shark fin on my dog. She makes an excellent sea monster. Poor thing. She can do this little swim walk on the carpet. Isn't that right, darling? We're still working on that part. I'll have to show you next time. Oh, my American Halloween. There's so much candy, so much decoration. And now, I like to imagine that I'm a beautiful victim of Jaws. And when I finally am eaten, it will be done fabulously. And now, my little pumpkins, are you ready for the best, the scariest, and maybe even the silliest treat of all? Because we have planned for you a very special, a very shady tribute. From the genius minds of 2 Liters Shady Films, prepare yourself for some jawsome fun.
The Brandy Enriquez is the female in question who went missing on the beach. her mother is understandably so a nervous wreck. She says it was sharks. Port Hanemi Facebook groups are being flooded by unsubstantiated conspiracy theories, alleging that Brandy was murdered by the Hyena hunter serial murderer.
We don't even know that there are sharks or serial killers within the vicinity of our town. The mother did not personally witness Brandy's death by a shark. Similarly, none of these conspiracy theorists witnessed a madman dressed as a hyena abducting Brandy. Until a credible witness comes forth, we will chalk this all up as conjecture. Jacoby, are you going to attempt to shut down the entire beach on your own authority?
Is there another kind of authority I need?
Technically, you need the instruction of a civil ordinance or a special meeting of the town selectmen.
That's just going by the book. We're just a little anxious that you're rushing into something serious here. This is your first summer here at Port Hueneme.
Now tell me something I don't know.
All I'm saying is that Port Hueneme is a town that thrives in summertime. Economically speaking, summertime is PH's busy season. We need summer green, and if they can't swim here, they'll use the beaches of Malibu or Venice.
But wouldn't shutting down be the best route to take, Mr. Mayor? True, you are spot on when you say we don't know what killed Brandy Enriquez. But the political maelstrom is going down. It's a media circus out there. And at the forefront is that awful Leona Shepherd of the Channel 2 News, going to the beach every day, instilling fear in the hearts of the citizenry with her "if it bleeds, it leads" style of tabloid journalism.
You do have a point there.
So we shouldn't even warn people?
We don't even know who or what it is yet. We don't even know Brandy is really dead. No body, no crime.
With the amount of blood left with her belongings, you don't need a body to know that she is no longer with us.
I think it's quite possible she ran off with a man.
Exactly. Some over-the-road trucker picks her up at the local Dairy Queen, promises Brandy the sun, moon, and the stars. She hops in a cab of an 18-wheeler with the driver, has never seen or heard from again. Starts life anew someplace else.
Remember when Ed Vinn's wife ran off with that traveling carnival barker? Poor Ed didn't even see it coming. He thought things were perfect between Virginia and himself.
Yeah, but Penrose, you're the one who told me it was a murder.
I was wrong. I'll have to retract the news article I had prepared. We never had that kind of trouble in this town.
I don't think you can appreciate the gut reaction people have to these things.
I was only reacting to what I was told.
It's all psychological anyhow. You yell shark, and everybody yells, oh shit! You yell serial killer, and we've got a real crisis on our hands. I think we all agree we don't need to panic this close to Halloween.
I can't work in this hectic environment. Why don't you make Gallucci sheriff? His family's been here since there was sand on the beach. Half the port are his relatives.
We hired the best man we could find.
You have our complete dedication.
Next topic. We've got a team of vandals. This goes beyond the typical trick-or-treat hijinks. Some kind of cult that is calling themselves the Triangle, chucking stones through people's windows who won't join, spray painting triangle symbols everywhere imaginable on people's cars, garage doors, school entrances. This is unfathomable. Let's move on. Any other questions?
Is the $3,000 bounty on that shark in cash or check?
That's private business between you and Mrs. Enriquez, the victim's mother. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yep. That was George Gilroy, the county coroner. They found Brandy's body badly decomposing in a trash dumpster behind Whitney's Cinema.
This changes everything. Leona is going to have a field day with this story.
Needless to say, the body wasn't recovered from a beach or ocean, so definitely it wasn't a shark.
A killer? The hyena hunter?
I believe it possible now that the deranged madman with a hyena complex who has been snuffing people all around SoCal is the same entity who killed Brandy.
How are you so sure?
George has not yet performed an official autopsy. However, preliminary findings reveal that Brandy Enriquez had, in addition to blunt force trauma, fang marks not dissimilar to hyena hunter's past victims, indented all over her face and neckline.
Scary.
I'll say, my responsibility is the unenviable task to phone Mrs. Enriquez and break the news to her. Your daughter is dead, Mrs. Enriquez. I shudder at the thought of delivering such a devastating message.
They're saying on the news Hyena Hunter has superhuman strength, that he possesses the power of 5 fully developed men.
Y'all know me. Know what I do for a living. I'll go out and get this wolf for you. He's a bad one. And it's not like going down to the park chasing kids and old ladies. There's a madman that can kill a man whole. A little biting, a little tenderizing, and down you go. You gotta get this fella, and you gotta get him quick. If you do, it'll bring a lot of tourists, business, just to see the murder scene, and then you're all back in business. A half-man, half-beast of that size is no pleasure. And I value my neck at a hell of a lot more than $3,000. I'll find him for 3, but I'll kill him for 10. That bastard is costing you more than that every day, I reckon. You want to stay alive and ante up the 10? Or play it cheap and be on welfare next winter? I'm gonna kill that hybrid. Just a matter of whether I do it now or at the end of winter. One more thing, Chief. You're gonna need a bigger gun.
Welcome to my little castle of horrors. It's Halloween, that magical night where the veil between worlds gets a little thinner. Like a thin slice of cheese, my friends. The night where the goblins and ghouls come out to play. And I, your hostess for this evening's festivities, am here to make sure you have a muito divertido time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cowboys on Halloween? A little bizarre perhaps, but let me tell you, a cowgirl knows a thing or two about danger, perigo, especially when the visuals and creatures come out to play. Well, some folks we know who have an affection for power tools. You know, leather masks, chainsaws, that whole churrasco thing. Ay, meu Deus. Don't worry, I promise not to use any power tools on you. Unless you misbehave. So, make yourself comfortable, or as comfortable as you can make yourselves in a day full of death, decadence, and despair. Tonight, we celebrate the spooky, the strange, the surreal, the maluco. I have a special treat for you all brave enough to keep your eyes wide open, brave enough to not turn your heads away from at the goriest and most spine-tingling of moments. For those of you with real huevos and true grit, I have a special treat for you all horror aficionados, because everyone knows that the night is coming, and everyone knows they can't run from what is coming from them. And I am talking about the Leatherface. And with that, let me introduce you all to the beginning of the madness. Two Later Shade Films proudly presents our tribute to the classic, that slice of cinematic terror, the Chainsaw Massacre.
Milton, the heat down here is driving me crazy. I don't think I can stay another 2 days.
You know, my granddaddy's buried out there in those neck of the woods.
Did anything happen to him? Because this place is raising my creepometer.
Nothing really. Just arrested for a few times for drunk and disorderly.
Well, this town is definitely not the kind of place I'd want to be drunk in. What was your granddaddy's name?
He was actually Milton III. That is where I got my namesake. Most people in town called him Big Man, though.
Big Man? Well, that's kind of a funny name to be called. Was he tall?
Man loved his catfish, chicken fried steak, and beer. That reminds me, if you see Sheriff Jacoby in town, you tell him my granddaddy's buried in town.
What'll that do?
He'll let you into some historic places for your work down there.
Milton, give me a second. I am roasting in here. Let me get some air. Oh, oh, yuck, what's that smell?
You must be getting a breeze of Gein's old slaughterhouse right there on Route 2.
It reeks of death. Yuck.
Yeah, it does. I went there a few times when my granddaddy would sell his cows. I think one of my cousins works there now. That's where they kill them. They bash them in the skull with a sledgehammer. Pow! Like that.
That's disgusting and cruel. Ugh.
Half the guys in there were so scrawny that when they did hit the cattle in the head, they wouldn't die with the first hit. Well, that's at least what my granddaddy would tell me.
Well, I definitely won't be eating any steaks here tonight.
Woo-wee, I'm telling you, I had nightmares from the stories I would hear as a kid. They'd start squealing and freaking out. Then they would have to bring in a second guy with a hammer and maybe bash them 2 more times until their heart stopped beating.
Oh, good. Well, give me nightmares now, why don't you? People shouldn't kill for food.
Well, times have changed because they don't do it that way anymore. Too many people complaining with animal cruelty and all that. Now it's swift, just a big old captive bolt gun, right through the critter's skull. It's done cleanly and painlessly. Phew! Boom! 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 Boom!
God, enough already! God, it's so damn hot, Milton. My pits and tits are starting to sweat. Milton, I gotta go. Someone's coming.
What he look like?
Ooh, weird looking. Hello. I'm new in town. My name's Molly.
My name is Ed.
So where you headed, Ed?
Nowhere particular.
You don't work at the slaughterhouse, do you?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Well, how'd you wander down here in this part of town?
Well, I was at the slaughterhouse. You see, my uncle, he owns it. My brother works there, too. My grandfather, too.
Oh, wow. So the whole family.
Yeah, my family always been in the meat business, one way or another.
You didn't go into the room where they kill the cattle, did you? The one where they shoot them with that air gun thing?
Oh, no, I'm against that gun. It's no good.
I agree. It's no good for something to have that thing pressed against its head before it takes its last breath.
The first time I was there with my brother, the old method was with a sledge. That was way better. They died much better that way.
What? Well, I was told that way was horrible.
Oh, no. With the new way, people started losing their jobs. That was the only job there that I liked. So I lost mine.
You did that? With the sledge?
Yes, ma'am. I was one of the killers.
Doing that? Didn't it give you nightmares?
No, ma'am. Nothing went to waste.
What do you mean?
They didn't throw away the heads. My uncle would take the heads home with him after his shift and make head cheese out of it. He would scrape all the flesh from the skull, nothing but bone by the time he was done with it. He would use everything.
Sorry. I find that very gross.
He would cook muscle, the eyes, ligaments, and everything.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
The nose and gums and all the flesh. He would boil it all down into a slab of fat.
Wow. I didn't know that stuff was edible.
It's real tasty. You would like it.
I don't think I would.
Oh, sure you would, ma'am. It really is good. It really is.
Sorry. It sounds disgusting to me. Can we talk about something else, please?
You might like it if you didn't know how it was made.
No. No, I wouldn't. Now, I'm gonna have to head back inside if you don't stop talking about it.
Sorry, ma'am. I thought you wanted to know.
You're making me sick.
Sorry, ma'am. I guess I was barking up the wrong treat. My punishment for making you sick.
Why do you have that out? It's a fine knife. Now, please, won't you put it away?
Can you drive me up to my uncle's house? It's very close. It's just up the road. It's super close.
Listen, I had a long trip here, and I think I'm gonna go inside and take a nap.
A family can make dinner for you. You like albino soup? My brother makes it real good. It's really good. You'll like it.
I lost my appetite.
Indictment is only one of a series to be handed
Don't do
down
that.
to special grand jury investigation. Grave robbing in Texas is this hour's top news story.
Hello, darlings. Lily Leverett here, coming to you live from, well, my living room. But isn't it divine? Much better than, say, a certain basement in Buffalo. Wouldn't you agree? It's that time of year again, isn't it? The leaves turn, the nights get longer. The urge to indulge in all things spooky becomes irresistibly delicious. And oh, Halloween. Oh, as a teenager, it held a certain magic, didn't it? Think about it. That one night where you could transform into anything. A princess, a pop star. Well, I was always partial to something a little wicked. And well, we know I haven't strayed far from that, have I? I remember one year I went as, wait for it, a glamorous Hannibal Lecter. Yes, you heard right. Oh, I even fashioned a little mask. Oh, a very stylish one. The boys were enthralled. Of course, I didn't, have the refined taste for fava beans and a nice Chianti. But a girl can dream, can't she? Remember those neighborhood parties? The bobbing for apples, the creepy sounds, and the occasional feeling that you might be being watched. Maybe not by a serial killer, but by maybe a boy who likes your costume a little too much. Oh, the thrill of the chase. Like that charming Dr. Chilton looking for those young ladies. But I like my boys a little more dangerous, if you know what I mean. Oh, the memories. But enough about me and my teenage escapades. You didn't come here to reminisce about my youth. Instead, you came here for something a little darker. Something a little more unsettling. And now for a little treat. Coming soon from the brilliantly twisted minds of, well, they're a little shady, but we love them. 2 Liters Shady Films presents his tribute to The Silence of the Lambs. I know, the details are a little murky, but trust me, it's going to be a scream, literally. So stay spooky, my darlings. And try not to let the lambs upset you too much.
Dr. Hector, the FBI is conducting criminal profiles on some of the brightest and most sinister inmates incarcerated, and since no minds are brighter or more sinister than yours, I was wondering if I could interview you.
Why, hello, Denise. I sense you are calling me with some other ulterior motive, Denise, not just to compose a criminal profile. Perhaps you have called to inquire about the Hyena hunter. What a naughty boy he is. Do you know why Leona Shepherd of the Channel 2 News has dubbed him the Hyena hunter? Enlighten me. The press is mum.
Well, it started as a joke in Ventura County homicide. They said this one likes to pretend to be a hyena.
Why do you think he hunts his victims, Agent Carlin? Dazzle me with your brilliance.
It excites him to hunt his victims. He's a very dangerous individual. He stalks his prey and then devours them. Many killers like to take mementos from their victims.
I didn't.
No, you ate yours.
Oh, touché.
You seem to know an awful lot about the hyena hunter, Dr. Hector. Could you please enlighten me?
The name of the game is quid pro quo, Denise. Information for information. I tell you something, you tell me something in return, like a biscuit for a basket.
Sure, Dr. Hector. What do you want to know?
Your first ever kiss, with whom and when?
2002 with Tommy Debson. We were riding the merry-go-round. Fireworks were sparkling all around us. Literally and figuratively. We locked lips. Quid pro quo. Tell me about the hyena hunter's true identity.
5'10", sturdily built, a former athlete of some sort. A respected member of the community, but when not in the public eye, he is a very sinister person. Now tell me about your first traumatic experience, and don't be dishonest. I'm a human lie detector, after all, Denise.
When I was 5 years old, my aunt died.
Cop out. Losing relatives is oftentimes traumatic for children, and everyone experiences this. I want to hear something meaty, Denise. Something juicy. Come on now.
Oh, that's not the trauma. You see, Aunt Ruth died, and she left Daddy with a lot of money. And Daddy was an aspiring actor and a huge Hemingway fan, so with the money, he took us on a trip to Africa to, find his voice as an author. We went on a safari for a few days, and one night in a hotel room in Uganda, I was awakened.
What? What was it? What awakened you, Denise?
There was a shrill cry coming from outside the room window, hammering into my head, screw-driving into my temples. My heart skipped about a mile a minute, and I looked outside and I saw it.
What? Saw what, Denise?
A pack of hyenas outside the window, attacking baby rabbits, tearing them to shreds as their mother looked helplessly. I wanted to help them, but there was nothing I can do. I was banging on the window and screaming and hollering, waking Mama and Daddy up, but by the time Daddy awoke, there was nothing left, Dr. Hector.
Are the bunnies still screaming, Denise?
Yes, Dr. Hector.
And you believe if you discover this hyena hunter's true identity and stop his trail of bloody mayhem, you will no longer hear the infant bunny's blood-curdling screams drilling into your head at night. Correct?
Yes, Dr. Hector, please tell me who the hyena hunter is.
Sorry, Denise. Alas, we have exceeded my allotted time for telephone conversations. I do believe I was exceedingly generous with the clues. Now it's up to you to uncover the hyena hunter's true identity before he spills more innocent blood yet again.
No, Dr. Hector!
busy bees. How are my lovely little lollipops doing tonight? In case you've been living underneath a rock or in a coffin, Viridian is the name, and sending shivers down your collective spines is the game. Isn't it just the most deliciously dreadful night tonight? Chock full of ghouls, goobers, headless horsemen, and Frankensteins, all clamoring for your blood. Halloween is here, and the veil between worlds is thinner than a dollar store cobweb. Are you buddy bees all snuggled in? Surrounded by your jack-o'-lanterns, chomping down on candy corn, enjoying your little sugar rushes? Please, I implore those of you, the bravest of the brave, the weirdest of the weird, the freakiest of the freaky, to leave the light on, huddle in front of your television set, and keep your eyes wide open, A Clockwork Orange style. You see, tonight, my lollipops, we're not just talking about any old boo and gold. We're delving into something a bit more barbed, a bit more sinister, shall we say. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Viridian, what's with all the gothic gloom? You usually only get this dramatic at karaoke night. Well, my little pumpkins, tonight calls for a special kind of scary, a very specific kind of legend. See, some stories, they say, if you whisper them too often, well, you might just summon something you never bargained for, something with a hook. Now, I wouldn't want to frighten you all too much, but have any of you ever heard of a certain Candyman? That's it, say his name. Go on, no one's listening. It's alright, you can say it. Candyman, Candyman, come my way. I've been a very wicked girl today. Candyman, Candyman, a hook of steel. He'll make your worst nightmares feel all too real. Say his name 5 times, I dare. He'll be coming soon to give you a scare. He's coming for you, my dear. Oh my, I always get so worked up when I talk about him. Such a romantic figure he is, with a certain sting to him, wouldn't you agree? But enough about me teasing you, my little boos. We've got a bit of a treat for you. A spooky spectacle that will have you clutching your blankets. Because here at 2 Liters Shady Films, we don't just love horror, we live for it. And what is horror if not a little bit of love? So, settle in, darlings. Turn the lights off, lock the doors, and perhaps grab a blanket. Because up next, 2 Liters Shady Films presents a tribute scene to the film Candyman. Isn't that just lovely?
They have said, I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for tasting? With my claws for hands, I'll split you from your ear to your liver. Ha 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 ha. I will hunt for you.
It's the worst story I've ever heard, and it's totally true. It happened a few months ago near Ormond Beach in Oxnard. Tiffany was babysitting for the Perez family.
You know, being alone in this house reminds me. Oh yeah? A story I heard, Jimmy told me. I want to hear. There was this female babysitting, just like you. Kids were asleep and she was watching TV. Phone rings. She answers it. There's no one there. She's about to hang up. She hears a voice that whispers, "You're gonna die tonight." Have to piss. Hello?
You're going to die tonight.
Operator, how can I help you?
Hello. Hello, yes. I just received a very disturbing phone call.
Was it of a sexual nature?
No, but said I was going to die tonight.
Okay, I will note this in my records and pass it to the proper authorities. If they call again, I will trace it.
Thank you. Hello?
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Hello?
Get out of the house. Get out now. We've traced the call.
It's coming from inside the house.
It was you.
Hey, babe, I didn't scare you, did I? Oh, I did spook you.
Well, that's nothing. I know a scarier story, and this one is true. Come to the bathroom. I want to show you something, but you have to be quiet. You ever heard of the Hyena Man?
No.
His hands turn into claws as a side effect from the Mocos vaccine. They say if you chant his name 5 times in the mirror, he'll appear before you. Wanna try it?
Hyena Man. Hyena Man. Hyena Man. Hyena Man.
No one's ever gotten past 4. Not here. Go back to the living room. I have a surprise for you. Hyena Man.
He killed her, gutted her open with his claws, killed the baby too. Soon after, he contracted Mocos and went crazy. My cousin's boyfriend knew him.
Hyena Man, eh?
Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah, he was all over the Channel 2 news last month.
What do you know about him?
Well, everyone's arming themselves these days. I mean, once it gets dark, you don't want to be out. So he lives over at the port. My cousin told me all about it.
Port Hanami?
Yeah, by the beach. I live closer to Camarillo, so I don't know much about it. My cousin knows all about it though. So. She has a friend who lives in Port Hunami. They say he killed a lady right out there. Right on the beach. In broad daylight.
Could I talk to your cousin?
Sure. I'll give you her number. Just tell her Loretta's a friend of yours.
I'm Veronica. I'm doing a story on the hyena hunter.
Pleased to meet you.
Can you tell me what you told Loretta about the hyena hunter?
All I know is this. A lady was on the beach one day by herself.
Do you know her name?
I heard her name was Brandy Enriquez. So she was sunbathing one day. She took a dip in the ocean, and her body went missing. A couple of days later, someone found her body in a dumpster. Decomposed.
How was she killed?
She was all cut up. Authorities think with some kind of sharp object. Rumor is it was claws?
Do you think it's true?
My guess is it was the hyena hunter who killed her. And that he is still out there on the prowl. But you didn't hear it from me.
Gourmets, and a special hello to you Earthlings tuning in. It's your favorite host, Hyena, back from the far reaches of Galvatron to tickle your antenna. Or whatever you humans use for stimulation. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into something intriguing, something deliciously peculiar. You see, my research drones have been keeping tabs on your odd little blue planet, which, by the way, is ranked a solid 7 out of 10 on the potential for fun scale. Mostly because of the holidays. And this upcoming holiday? Halloween. Oh, my little space heart's the delight. The costumes, the spooky ambiance, the sheer unadulterated dedication to the bazaar. It's like a galactic talent show. Except instead of singing, everyone pretends to be, well, mostly dead. I know you humans are a little sensitive about being called mostly dead. But trust me, from my perspective, it's basically a compliment. And that's not a dig on your hygiene. Well, maybe a little. You see, we at Galvatron, we just communicate directly with the consciousness of the departed. You guys make the afterlife a look, a dramatic look. We've certainly stolen ideas for our own fashion shows. Speaking of which, you like? I had one of my Glorg minions work tirelessly on it. She's still upset I called her a Glorg instead of Glorious. Humans. Weird, right? Okay, so back to Halloween. The sheer creativity. The way you transform into vampires, werewolves, and the mummies. It's almost as captivating as watching a Zargonia larva molt. Oh, and the films. My little space buds, your horror cinema is pure brilliance. I'm a huge fan of Jaws. The concept of a shark scheming, pure genius. Oh, and I've seen Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, like 200 times. My little Zorgling loves the song Silver Shamrock. Oh, and The Exorcist. That girl, so dramatic, such great acting. She and I need to go to the Cosmic Mall and get a purple nebula latte. Now for the real conversation. The candy. Oh, my sweet, sweet humans. What's the deal with the sour stuff? It's like torture. Why would you voluntarily make your taste buds feel like they're being attacked by a pack of angry space weasels? It's a galactic mystery. The chocolate caramel, however, now that's a whole other universe of deliciousness. I may or may not have a secret stash hidden in my spaceship. Don't tell anyone. All right, my little humans. I think that's all the time we have for tonight, but I will be back next week. And remember, always strive to be as dramatic as a good villain and ditch the sour candy. It's awful. Now I leave you with the band called Dipshit and their song DMT Carnival.
Hello, my little floaties. Welcome back. I'm your host, Chloe. Ready to get blown away? You know there's something so uplifting about balloons. They always rise to the occasion, don't they? Unlike some people I know, my ex. But seriously, sometimes I just want to hold on tight and never let go. Like when a balloon's in a tree, or a drain, or even a sewer. Speaking of sewers, anyone else feel like they could just float down there? Don't worry, I won't bite. Unless you're into that, you know. I've always kind of felt a kinship with this whole clown vibe. Sure, some folks are scared of clowns, but that's just because they haven't met a fun one. I'm not about lurking in drains, more like this. Red, the color of mischief, passion, Pennywise's hair. Okay, that takes us down a dark alleyway. Let's not go there. I don't think you want to wander down that way. But what do I know? Who could handle that? I certainly can't. Not on an empty stomach, that is. He was kind of cute, though, in a terrifying, in your soul kind of way. Right? Not that I'm into that kind of thing. Well, maybe I am. Anyway, you know, if you aren't too careful, you might just get swept away. So stay tuned for more fun times. And remember, sometimes it's okay to be just a little inflated. A 2 Liters Shady Film presents a tribute to it.
I don't see it at all.
This your football? It's a nice football. Flies.
Why are you in the bushes?
Oh, the voices said not to say.
How come?
'Cause they are not nice. I just do what they say. You look like a nice boy. I bet you have a lot of friends.
True, but my brother's my favorite.
Your favorite? Is this his football?
He gave it to me for my birthday.
Thy brother's keeper. Where is he now?
He's in bed. He's sick with Mocos.
Well, let me cheer him up. I'll bring you both to my secret cave.
He won't want to go.
Why not? There's licorice and popcorn and all the balloons your brother could want.
He's 4. He thinks balloons are for babies. He thinks hyenas are silly. He prefers lions.
Well, you don't think hyenas are silly, do ya? I guess it'll just be you and me, kiddo.
I don't know. I'm not supposed to go with strangers.
Smart boy. Very smart boy indeed. Well, I'm Johnny Lupo, the hyena hunter, according to the news stations. What do they call you?
Maximiliano.
Maximilimario, hyena hunter. See? Now we aren't strangers anymore.
I got it.
What about your football? When I'm done with you, you'll fight too!
Hey ghouls, goblins, and every other weirdo outcast in between. Yvonne here, ready to get spooky. Because let's be honest, who doesn't enjoy flying their freak flag high at least once a year and simultaneously getting a legal high off the best streets out there? Candy corn, Skittles, Starburst, Sour Patch Kids. Let's enjoy them before the FDA bans them. Let's also enjoy the essence of Halloween. So I was thinking, if El Kakoi, the boogeyman, and his whole gang were to get together and throw a party, what would they be listening to? Probably some really scary elevator music, right? Or maybe they're just listening to the sound of footsteps. You know, the macabre, the thrill, the exhilaration. I'm talking about the footsteps that you imagine hearing that compel you to check your closet 17 times at night. What about the footsteps of the psycho killer in your house, who you imagine is ready to stab you in your thorax? I'm talking about cinema, and not just any cinema, but a cinematic masterpiece. Halloween, directed by John Carpenter. You guys ever wonder what Michael Myers does on his days off? Like, does he just chill? Maybe he's lounging around stuffing his face with pork rinds. Maybe there's a Mrs. Michael Myers who drags her hubby to Ross when he just wants to watch the big game. Maybe he sits around watching reruns of Murder, She Wrote. Did anyone else hear that? Just me? Okay. Anyway, between you and me, I've always found the shape kinda intriguing. Don't judge. My taste is unique. Hey, maybe Jamie Lee Curtis comes over and does a striptease for Mike. All viewers know Jamie Lee Curtis has excellent scans, and that is not a lie. Okay, time for a costume change. Don't blink, kiddos. You might miss it.
maybe don't look in my closet. There might be a small costume problem. Seriously though, I hope you guys are ready for a really fun night of movie goodness. Because tonight, we're getting a special treat. 2 Leader Shady Films presents their tribute to the film Halloween. Prepare to be scared and maybe a little charmed.
Are you gonna babysit me and Max tonight?
Of course, same time, same place.
Can we have popcorn?
Sure.
You don't want to go in there.
Why?
The boogeyman lives there. It's haunted.
I'm just dropping off keys.
The boogeyman lives in there. Don't go in there. You know what happens on Halloween, right? Yeah, you get candy. No, the hyena man's gonna get you. The hyena man's gonna get you. The hyena man's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. The hyena man's gonna get you. He's gonna get you.
The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Look, Max, that's the boogeyman.
So what's this Mocos movie about?
Actually, I'm not sure, but it has aliens, slime, and a monster. I feel something.
I see. And why is the DVD under the couch?
Mom doesn't let us watch it.
Then why are we watching it?
It's a special occasion. It's Halloween.
I don't want either of you having nightmares.
It's not scary. It's funny. Can't hear anything. Lingo is barking.
The silly dog is probably barking at the turtle again. Killed the dog!
I shot him 5 times. 5 times, right in the breadbasket. That evil is not human.
Well, hello there, my little pumpkins. Or should I say, lonely little octa. I hope you've all had a suitably spooky Halloween, even if it is inside. I am your host for tonight, Christine. Well, I've had a killer time. I mean, what better way to celebrate the Night of the Undead than by pretending we're all living out our own versions of 28 Days Later? Except, instead of zombies, we have, well, you know.
And the only thing more terrifying than me watching Contagion is trying to find the last roll of toilet paper. Am I right?
Trust me, darling, I've seen things. Things that would make even the most hardened horror fiend shudder. But enough about the real horrors of the year. Let's talk about the fun kind. You know, the kind where you can wear this. Oh my! Would you look at the time? It's almost midnight, the witching hour, the end of all spooky shenanigans. This Halloween is about to expire. And what better way to send you off into the night than with some of my favorite late night sounds? So dim those lights, adjust your earbuds, and prepare to be tantalized. And because midnight is almost here, this is the only time that 2 Ears Roulette Radio dares to present to you the hauntingly hypnotic Red Eye Orchestra with their song, Blue Moon Lover.
Fall to my knees when I'm down and out. It makes it hard to breathe, and I want the truth as long as it's free. I don't